Welcome to lesson 45. We're writing and solving expressions. So here are the 3 things I want you to watch me do as I model these problems. First, I'm going to try and translate the word problem into an expression. And I'm going to give you a little hint. Sometimes that could be really hard. So creating a flowchart can really help if you're struggling to figure out how to represent part of the expression with math terms. Second thing, watch how I evaluate the expression, and I'm going to use substitution for that. And finally, watch how we attend to precision with our order of operations. Keenan gives Martin half his Pokemon cards. Martin kept 4 and gave the rest to Tommy. Write an expression for the number of cards Martin gave Tommy. Use P for the number of cards Keenan started with. If Keenan gave Martin 12 cards, then evaluate the expression. Okay, so here's what we know. They really want us to just make an expression that represents the cards Martin and Tommy have, and we're going to evaluate when Keenan starts with 12 cards. We have some facts. We know that Keenan's cards, we're going to use P to represent that at the start. And we know he gives Martin half his cards, so I could represent that as 1/2 P. This half of whatever Keenan has. That's what Martin has. And we know that Martin gave away all his cards but 4. So whatever Martin's cards are, I can represent that and do -4 because that's all Martin will have, and Tommy, this will represent what Tommy actually has. And then we're going to evaluate when Keenan starts with 12 cards, or in other words, when P equals 12. So let's start with our plan. The first thing I'm going to do is write an expression to represent Martin's cards, so the 1/2 of P, and Tommy's cards, which is whatever Martin has less 4. I'm going to substitute 12 for P, and then we're going to simplify the expression. So hit pause and jot this part of solve down into your notes. All right, so just so we can see the flow chart, we have Keenan, Martin, and Tommy. We know Keenan will start with P cards, and we know he gives half to Martin. So I'm going to represent that as 1/2 P. And we know Martin gives all but 4 to Tommy. So in other words, here's whatever Martin has, -4. That's what Tommy's going to get. So that is going to be our expression. And I'm going to put it here on the side. 1/2 P -4. Now, what if Keenan starts with 12? So if P is equal to 12, and I'm going to do this on both sides. 1/2. I'm going to substitute P for 12 -4. So we know he gives half to Martin, so half of 12 is 6. That is the same as multiplying 1/2 times 12, so I will get 12 over 2, or 6. And we know he gives all but 4. So he keeps 4 for himself. So I'm going to do 6 -4. And so he's really giving Tommy 2 and keeping the 4 for himself. So does that make sense, math model? He has 6, he keeps 4, and he gives 2 to Tommy. That would be the same as coming back here, just doing 6 -4 and getting 2. And so this would be what Tommy has. All right, so let's jot this down. If Keenan has 12 cards, Martin gets half, or 6 cards. And Tommy gets Martin's cards less 4, or 2 cards. And I can see it both if I evaluate it, P equals 12 over here, or if I used my flow chart, I could also see it. So let's hit pause and jot this down into your notes. And I highly recommend, as you're practicing, write down a way to represent the problem as an expression so you can substitute and solve. But I will also say sometimes if you're unsure, having a flowchart or a visual map of your steps will also be very helpful as you chunk down the problem. Right, let's get ready to evaluate. I know I'm going to use my order of operations, so I'm going to write this down to help us out. And let's rewrite this problem. And every place I see an X, I'm going to substitute and put a 2. So 2/3 times 15 times 10 minus, and here I have where y is, I'm putting a -3, minus -30 times -3 plus 10 times 2. So this is a lot. It looks like a lot. So let's chunk it down into smaller pieces. Let's work on what's in our parentheses first. And we have multiplication and some subtracting. So let's do our multiplying first. So here, I'm going to multiply these two and I have 150. And let's multiply these two, -30 times -3, and that's +90. And I can now add those parts together to get 240. So 2/3 times 240 plus 10 times 2 is 20. Okay, now this is looking better. I don't have any exponents. We can multiply or divide. So 2/3 times 240, that's 480 over 3 plus 20. And I could probably get that 480 to look a lot easier. In fact, I know I can because I can divide this by 3. There we go. And I get 160. So 160 plus 20 is going to give me 180. And there we are, all the way at the end. So hit pause so you can jot this down to your notes. Again, it looks really challenging at first until you actually put in your subs and we take care of what's in that parentheses first. So once we had 150 plus 90 and got that to 240, that was way easier. It simplified the whole problem. That's it for today, Math Marbles. I will see you in the next one. Be well.